Most people over 40 will enter 2026 still using ChatGPT like Google. Don't be one of them. Watch the
as a mayor of the city of Hills. Welcome to Hills. Welcome to work in business US. Bienvenue à Vince. Bienvenue à la European Business University.
Hello, good evening.
Hello. And should we start? Should we wait a bit more?
Yes, I think we can wait a bit more.
Okay.
I had a poll to see which program the students are in. We can give it maybe 2-3 more minutes. Maybe in the meantime, students can introduce themselves in the chat as we wait. Lovely. I have my video on just so you know.
And feel free to turn on your cameras. Say a quick hello. You can unmute yourself while we wait for the others. Or because we are a bit, yeah, okay, we're increasing our numbers actually. Good. Good,
Yeah.
good. Please let us know where you are joining from, which course or degree or certificate course you're taking this term. How did you hear about EBU? Are you a previous student, perhaps a new student? Let us know a bit who you are. I see Hassan Yunus. Hello. Sambo, Donna. Lovely. Adona, Anne. Beautiful. Jean-Pierre. Lovely. Okay, we're 50 now. That's good.
Mm.
Grace, hello. Rose, hello.
As most students are coming in, I'll leave the poll running on the screen to see which programs the students are in.
Perfect.
Yes, you can start filling out the form, just which program you are taking from master's, bachelor's to the certificate level.
We have a student from Kosovo. Lovely. Woman in tech. Ayan. Oh, that's beautiful, Adona. Emmanuel, hello. Lorraine, Edward. Okay, lovely. Okay, we are close to 55 now. All right, let me slowly get started. I will take it a bit slow. And before we begin, I would like to ask everyone here a question that I want you to sit with while we go through this presentation, okay? Oh, hello, James is here. Our team is here. We'll introduce ourselves very shortly while the students are joining. But I would like to ask all of you, why are you here today? And what kind of academic community do you want to be part of? Okay, these are the questions I want you to sit with. You have attended several orientation meetings this week. You have met with some of our team members already. Today, it will be a little different. Today is not just about information, even though there will be a nice information giving out. It is about connection today. It's about how all of this comes together and what it means for you as a student. My name is Kubra Ardan. I am the Director of Administration and Admissions here at EBU. Before I continue, I would like to give the floor to rest of our team members who are with us, just to say a quick hello and introduce themselves. Dr. James Mully, please.
Age before beauty. Let's go with that. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome, students. Welcome to term 2 at European Business Institute. I hope everybody's well wherever you are. This is going to be a very, very engaging and enlightening term. And so I hope that you take and seize advantage of this incredible opportunity. Let me also say, first of all, congratulations to all of you, because I believe the vast majority of you have gotten the scholarship. So congratulations. And I look forward to hopefully engaging with you at different levels. Again, I am the academic dean, James Mully, and I've been in education for, oh my goodness, should I say this? Should I say this? I'll go ahead and say it. Thank you for laughing, Simbo. I've been in education for more than 29 years. Actually, this is the 30th year. So I've done quite a bit in terms of ensuring that what I'm bringing to this institution and to your learning is going to be at the utmost, in terms of performance, in terms of what your expectations are. I've not only taught in Kenya, in Luxembourg, in China, but also I've been teaching in the USA. I've taught in Germany, in institutions, university, and international schools as well. So I hope at some point we can engage at that level. All right, just to make sure that you get what you come here for. Back to you, Kubra. Thank you.
Thank you, James. Anne, please take it over. I see Paris, Samira. Let's go in a row. Thank you. And I think you're muted.
Yes, I was the host, but now not anymore, so I couldn't unmute, but okay, now it's okay. My name is Anne Matati. I'm based in Nairobi, Kenya. With EBU, I play the role of program director and the technology support manager. So a few students here, I'm seeing names that I saw on Wednesday for our orientation meeting. So you might have already met me during that session. So I'm really looking forward to support you through your learning on the academic side, on the tech side. I've been working with EBU. This is the 7th year. I keep counting it. I'm like, oh, wow. And every term, it's a new experience because we bring in a new group of students. Everyone is bringing their own viewpoints, their own expectations. And so I'm really excited for the term 2 group. So welcome on board and looking forward to a very engaging session for the next 40 or so minutes.
Okay, I go next. My name is Paris Ranji. I'm the degree program coordinator at EBU. I'm currently based in Kenya, and I would like to welcome you all to EBU. I look forward to supporting you alongside the rest of the EBU team, and welcome. As we say in Kenya, karibu sana. Thank you.
Thank you, Paris. Samira, here, let me unmute you as well.
Thank you, Kubra. Good afternoon and good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing great. My name is Samira Amiri, and I'm from Afghanistan. And I'm very happy to be a part of technology department here at EBU. And I want to extend a warm welcome to all of you and thank you for joining us today. And so if you face any technical issue, please do not hesitate to contact us through our contact form in our website. Thank you.
Thank you, Samira. I did see Alan and Saliha somewhere here, but I'm not able to. Oh, Alan, here you are.
Okay, hello. My name is Alan. I currently serve the role of the certificate program coordinator at EBU. So we were also with Anne during the Wednesday session. I think people weren't able to see me then. So here I am now. I look forward to working with you for the next 3 months as you move on through your course. As Samira has said, just please reach out to any task desk if you have any issue, and we'll be able to help you. It's the orientation session, so I'm guessing all of us are new at this point. So yeah, we're happy to assist you in anywhere you face any challenges. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. And Saliha.
Yes. Hello, and hello, Kubra. Good afternoon. My name is Saliha Parsa. I am currently based in Kabul, Afghanistan, and it's more than 2 years that I am working with EPU as a support team in technology department and student services. And I am so happy to say a warm welcome to everyone today that they are joining us, and hope a very great and lovely term ahead. Thank you, everyone.
Lovely, perfect. Okay, well, once again, welcome to EBU. Whether you're starting a degree program or joining through our certificate program, you're now part of an international community shaped by values, global access, and education that is practical, relevant, and future focused. At EBU, we go beyond our learning experience as lectures and assessments, but you will be supported by experienced lecturers and academic leaders. EBU's mission and daily operation is also guided by our board of directors and board of trustees. Perhaps Anne can show a bit more on this in her slides, which ensures the academic quality, ethical leadership, and long-term vision. Alongside our teaching, we also have our training and Research Institute and eUni Training Institute. eUni is TVET accredited institute, which offers diploma programs, which we will be sharing the links in the chat. So all of our programs are designed to be practical, feature-oriented, and flexible, supported by a growing network of 28,000 students and 200 international partners. Just as importantly, they are shaped by all of you here today. We have a diverse community of learners from different countries, cultures, professions, and just in general life experiences. And this is really the center to how we all learn and grow together. So today's agenda will guide you through how our community functions, and parents and some of our team members will take it over. From meeting the team, building connections, and just knowing how to really use our platform, and also to understand the academic expectations we have from you, how to engage, and just talk a bit more about integrity. So by the end of this session, our only goal is to really make you feel informed, confident, and connected. Touching on connection, please go ahead and follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We are very active. We love to highlight our students, your experiences. Make sure to connect with one another, connect with us, with your lecturers. So once again, welcome to EBU. We are glad that you're here. And Anne, I pass it on to you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. I think Louise is here, but she dropped out during the introduction. So Louise, maybe you can say a quick hello before we get into the agenda, if you can.
Hi, everybody. I hope that you can hear me. Yes, I'm Louise. I'm assisting in the admissions department. So it's possible that in the last few days, few weeks, you have been in contact with me through email. Welcome, everybody. It's great to have such a great number of people present today. So thank you, everyone, for taking the time to join our orientation meeting. And very quickly, I'd just like to wish you all the very best for your new studies for this new semester. So welcome. And I'm sorry I can't switch on my video today. I apologize, but I'm here.
Thank you, Louise, and thank you, Kupra. So, Kupra, let me know if we do the breakout rooms at this point or go through a bit of the agenda. I'm trying to see.
Totally up to you. I mean, our numbers are increasing a little bit. Still, I see we're at 76. Up to you.
Okay, so I think I'll go into, I think we'll do the agenda. Usually when we do the breakout rooms where you go and introduce yourself, students come back and give feedback to say, that wasn't enough time. We only had 5 minutes. So let's go through the agenda. And then if we have 10 minutes remaining at the end, we'll give them all to the students to interact with each other in smaller groups. So you leave the meeting having met maybe another student visually. I know you have met through the introduction forum during the orientation that we have been doing from Monday. But if we get a chance, we'll do a verbal introduction with each other. So the agenda of today is to get you settled in a bit more. When we did the technical orientation meeting on Wednesday, it was very technical. I was focusing on how to do this, how to upload a profile picture. And now today we tie all that together with more of the academic side. What are the policies that you should have in mind as you go through your courses? What are your expectations as a learner, and what are the expectations from us to you, and also what you should expect from us today as a student. So I'll kick off with a quick overview of our learning platform. We did a deeper dive on during the tech meeting, so I won't be making it too technical, but I don't want us to go into the agenda of the day without really highlighting what the learning platform is and where to find some of the guidelines that Paris and I will be taking you through. So I'll be sharing my screen throughout the rest of the meeting here. So I'll kick off with that. Yeah, and this is our website. I had opened it when Kopra was highlighting some of our, our board and so on. So this is ebulux.lu. It is our main website where we have all the information about our staff, our faculty members, our board of governance. So here, when you go here, you can go through all this to learn more about us. We have over 340 partners. If you're curious to learn who are these partners, if you want to engage with any of them, the website really has all this information. If you have any questions about the academic side, for example, the accreditation information, our other programs outside, let's say you have come into the certificate program, you are curious, what degree programs does EBU offer? That information is available here on our website and so on. Also, please look at the EBU student section. We have put together very helpful resources to support you through your learning, and I'll be highlighting some of those today as I go through the agenda. But the website is really very, very well put together to give you as much information as you need, even as we start today and as we go together forward during the next 13 weeks or so. And our social media links are also linked on our website here for you to quickly connect with us on our Facebook, our YouTube hub, our Instagram, LinkedIn, and so on. So that is all available on our website. So I'll proceed to the first agenda of you are on the learning platform. It's day one. It's Monday. We have started week one. What should you expect? What areas should you really rely on to get you started? And I'll do a quick overview of what we call the EBU student area. It is one of the most important spaces for EBU learners, as this paragraph here really highlights. This is in no way an exaggeration of the importance of the student area. It is the hub where you'll find the student guidelines, technical support resources, and everyone already has access to the EBU student area. It is the platform we have been using to communicate with you during this orientation week up to today. So this is the beginning. I would say this is a critical part of you starting off your learning. Here you'll meet our team, who some of them have introduced themselves here. So that is continuously available to you. So you can keep in mind who to contact when you have a specific issue and so on. Here we do communications, announcements, updates on our scholarships, events, and so on. So I won't be going into detail of every item, but the section I really want to highlight for today's session, because we'll be discussing some of these guidelines as we go forward during today's meeting. Here, as it is highlighted with this orange banner, important, and once again repeated here, important documents. This section has really important files. So it is our student guidelines, degree program, certificate program, guidelines, scholarship guidelines. All these are highlighted here, as you'll see. And we'll go into detail of we won't go through all the guidelines, but we'll highlight some of the key things we would really want you to have in mind as we get started on Monday. To also mention another importance of the student area. Right now, as you're getting started, you're probably asking, when am I going to have my classes? We usually have a weekly webinar. Every week, we have 1 hour, 30-minute session where you have a live interaction with your instructor. Similar to the Zoom session we're having right now, your instructor will be in a Zoom room. He or she will take you through the course content of that particular week. So if you're wondering when you have your class, the webinar schedule now details that. And so as I scroll here without looking too detailed, so if you're not sure when your class is, please take a look at the student area and the webinar schedule table here. It highlights Mondays, Tuesdays, and so on. And this is the same for all programs. So you saw that was a certificate program schedule, the MBA webinar schedule. It lists the courses you should expect to be taking during the semester. Now for MBA students, you'll be taking 4 courses. For certificate program, you are enrolled in 1 or 2 courses, depending on which courses you enrolled in. So here, MBA webinar, MSD webinar schedule, and BBA webinar schedule. So that is all highlighted in here. Once also more information, for example, for textbooks. So just to really highlight the student area, something you should definitely take some time before you get it started on Monday to scroll through, take notes, highlight what some questions you might have already been answered on the student area. And also another important part, which is what we have been doing in the last week, is a student orientation. So here we have a nice welcome message from Dr. Muli. We have some guidelines, the orientation week activities, which is coming to an end today. Today's activity was attendance to this meeting. So thank you for being here. This part of your orientation. And also more importantly, what we have been doing during the week is community building, meeting fellow students, interacting with them. And if you're here to do this, I would really encourage, please go through these, meet different students who have introduced themselves. It's a really lovely space to go through. See, as I scroll through, just so that see several students have actually many students have introduced themselves. So if you're here to do this, go in here, connect with your fellow students. You can share your LinkedIn or social platforms, so you can connect even beyond the classroom. That's something we encourage. So that's the student area. I'll highlight that. And then I want to do a quick highlight of your course, an example, a demonstration of your courses. I'll use Kupra's course. I don't think Kupra mentioned, but she is the business management instructor. I have seen some of our students in the Zoom. So your instructor will be Kupra here. So I'll use business management for this quick overview. So for the inside the courses, this is what you should expect in your course, which you should already have access to. If you do not have access to your course, towards the end of the meeting, I'll show you where to go to submit a support request that is available to you. But for now, this is what you should have access to. Some instructor announcements for the instructor to communicate with you. The student cafeteria is for you to post questions or introduce yourself to your fellow classmates. So feel free to utilize these. Then there are some course documents. This is just the course information section. It generalizes content that's relatable throughout the whole course. So when you talk about the course syllabus, it is applicable for the whole course. So this is included here. Another important part that I would love to repeat again here is your webinar link. So in the student area, I have indicated where to find the day and time for your class. But how do you join that class? This is now provided in your course area. So when you go in your course area and scroll down just below the professor picture, you'll scroll through a few of the academic items and some resources here, and you'll have a webinar link. And here the webinar link once again highlights when is your class taking place and at what time. It will be a weekly reoccurrence. So if your class is scheduled on Tuesday, your class will take place every Tuesday, unless the instructor needs to reschedule, maybe because of a medical emergency or circumstance that cannot be avoided. But outside those circumstances, your class will be every week on the provided day. So every week on Wednesdays and so on. So the link won't change. There won't be a new link provided to you every week. And I've seen students, we have progressed through the semester. Students will say, I've not been receiving my webinar link via email. No, we do not send that out via email on a weekly basis. The webinar link that has been provided here will remain to be the item you use to join your classes every other week. So these, you can copy and paste this somewhere, maybe on your WhatsApp or somewhere you find more accessible should you wish. It won't be changing. So this is something you can already go ahead and store somewhere for your easy reference in the future. And here you'll have some further resources for the course. And here I'll just to stop here also for a second. I know students have always asked during this meeting, is there a WhatsApp group for business management? Is there a WhatsApp group for blockchain and so on? So what we have done this term, we have put together WhatsApp groups for every class. So for every class you are in and in your course, you should see a WhatsApp group link here. It should be the last item in the course information section, and it appears with the WhatsApp logo or icon, whatever you call it. So when you click this, it will put you into an already existing WhatsApp group, and the WhatsApp group allow for even further community building and an even easier engagement. Maybe you need some fellow classmate of yours to support you with a quick item, or you need some support of how do I access my week 2 quiz, for example. You feel free to engage with each other on this platform. However, the WhatsApp group do not substitute our support platforms. So if you're having a technical issue or an academic issue that should be addressed by the EBU administration, kindly do not place it in the WhatsApp group. Those that you will not be supported by the WhatsApp group, make sure to use the platforms of support that I will share as we move along in the meeting. So that's what a course looks like. And then after that, you'll get access to 1 week at a time. So on Monday morning, you'll have access to your week 1. And your week 1 will look the same as this. All our courses follow a similar structure. So it won't be any different than what you are seeing on my screen right now. So an overview of the week, learning resources here, a forum that you'll need to participate in, and a weekly quiz. And Paris will be talking about the participation guidelines and expectations as we move forward. But yes, that's the overview of you are on the platform day 1. What should you look out for? Where should you start? I hope that gives you a general idea. If you are coming into the meeting wondering on Monday morning what needs to happen, I hope this has given you a general idea of where to start. And just to point out that if your classes are scheduled on Wednesdays, that will mean you'll have your first class on Wednesday. That would not mean on Monday. Monday you won't have a live session to be in. You will of course have access to the platform. You'll have access to week 1, so you can go to the platform and engage, maybe go through the resources, watch the videos provided, but your live session, you will only attend it on the day that it has been scheduled. So for example, business management, I keep using it as the example here, but for example, business management students, your classes are on Tuesdays, so that means you'll have your first session on Tuesday evening as indicated on the schedule here. So here, I think that's it. I want to check if this is the point where I pass to you before I keep going and going. But yes, I think with the Moodle platform highlighted, and I'll discuss a bit about the Zoom platform. I have mentioned the webinar link and where to find it, but I'd like to mention you'll use the same Zoom platform you're using today to attend your classes. So when you go into your classes, all sessions will be recorded. So be informed of that as you go into the sessions. All sessions will be recorded. You will have the option to unmute and mute yourself to ensure there is engagement, but make sure that your microphone is muted to avoid any background noise that might disrupt the classroom. Just improve the space and the online space that we are utilizing for learning. So make sure your microphone is muted, but also make sure you're engaging. So if the instructor asks a question, you will have the option to unmute and answer as guided by the instructor. But outside that, always stay muted. Use the chat as much as you'd like to ask a question, comment on the ongoing presentation. Use the nonverbal reactions. Zoom gives a lot of, you can raise your hand, you can react with a thumbs up, and so on. There are so many nonverbal items you can use to be present in the classroom. So make sure you utilize those during your live sessions once we get started in the new week. Okay, lovely. I think, Paris, I'll pass to you to discuss an overview of some of the guidelines and so on. And let me know, I'll share my screen for you, but let me know which areas you'd like me to go to.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Anne. I'd like to go to the student area part of it. And as you heard there, there's in every learning institution, there are norms, there are rules and regulations that every student has to follow so that we can have a smooth flow of how the learning is done. So at EBU, we also have some of the laws and rules and guidelines that help us with the learning. So these guidelines, you'll find them in the student area. Our team has sent them during the week, I think with day 4 yesterday. So you'll find all the rules in the student area, the place where Anne is showing you. And I would encourage you that you read them, understand them. If you have any question, let us know. And we'll be glad to help you elaborate the guidelines that we have. But for now, I'm going to look at the CPA student guidelines, which is very important. And we can go to the CPA student guidelines, and we look at the netiquette part of it, netiquette policy. So we are talking of the netiquette policy because our learning happens online. Our examinations are online. Any interactions that we do with the students is online. And one of the things that we like to discuss is one has to be respectful. Remember, you're communicating with actual people. So be courteous, show respect. Even if someone has a different opinion, just remember that we need to be respectful to everyone. Also, you need to think before you post. Be aware of what you're going to post. Be aware of who is going to read this post once I post it. You have to be fair and be objective in what you're going to post. This is either, it could be in the student cafeteria, it could be even in the forum discussions. Just stick to the point. Write it clearly. Stay on the topic. Don't start bringing arguments or anything that will not be comfortable for the class. Stay on the topic and write it clearly for everyone to be able to understand. Remember, here we're not having face-to-face a class. It's a class where we are online and we can only communicate through online. The other one is use appropriate language and style. Avoid using bold and caps, and repeated punctuation marks. It looks like you are shouting at the person. Just be polite. Use the bolding when it's necessary, or the caps maybe beginning of a sentence where it is necessary. Use the proper language and style. Be considerate of others. You're going to be put in group discussions, maybe in the breakout rooms. Be attentive, listen to someone. Don't be condescending or make derogatory remarks. Let's know that we are all human beings and we all have our own opinions. Listen to someone, understand what they're saying, be aware of what they're saying, because we may differ in different things that they may say, but just be considerate of others. Also allow misunderstandings. Yeah, you may be saying potato, another one says potato, let's understand each other. We are from different areas and we can be able to understand each other. Dr. Muli, want to add something?
Yes, this is a teaching moment. Apologies, I have to jump in. It's a teaching moment. The poorest form of communication, ladies and gentlemen, is nonverbal text. When you take your communication courses, or if you have taken a communication course in business, you will understand that text messages are the poorest, are at the very bottom in terms of communication. And this is where everything escalates or has the potential to escalate. And escalation, it begins with bold or all caps or exclamation marks, as Paris has just indicated. So do not take this lightly. We see this every time, every term, and we have to de-escalate. And we have a de-escalation policy and process because we realize that at the end of the day, it's not about you, like, being from a different country. It's simply because of the poor communication. So please take this very, 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 to heart. And I just had to say that the best form of communication is walking in and seeing somebody live and speaking to them live. What is below that? A video. You can see the person. Below that is actually a phone call, all right? And then below that is actually a letter, a physical letter. And the worst form is texting, all right? So we have to, and we do engage in this very poor form of communication, and we have to be very careful. Thank you, Paris.
Thank you, Dr. Amuli. Thank you. I hope we're all following. Maybe the other thing I can talk about is the technology policy, and it's just below there. Make sure you read these documents that are in the student area so that you familiarize yourself with what is required of you as a student, and you do not miss out. I will talk about the last point where the students must personally ensure that the security and integrity of connections are uninterrupted during the exams. This is during the midterm exams and during the end term exams. And also when you're doing the quizzes, the weekly quizzes, make sure that your security and integrity of your connectivity is perfect so that you do not have any excuses as to why you did not attempt your exams and all that. Missing any exams is not an exception, and you will not be allowed. The other thing, maybe Anne, I can complete with the scholarship guidelines. You have the scholarship guidelines with you? Yes. All these documents are in the student area. Kindly, I'm requesting, kindly make sure you read them. We will be sending them during the semester, but ensure that you read them and understand. If you have any question, let us know, and we'll assist you in understanding what's happening. Attendance, forfeiture or guidelines. How can you lose your scholarship? The first one is attendance. If the recipient fails to meet the required, are you with me, Anne? Yes. If the recipient fails to meet the required overall webinar attendance, they will be removed from the program without exception. This means that you have to attend your webinar classes. And as Anne has said, it's once per week. Ensure that you attend your classes according to the timings that you've been given, and make sure that you are present. The instructors will be taking a poll at the end of the class or during the class time or beginning of the class time. You never know what time they will take the poll. So ensure that you attend your classes. Course assessments, this involves the quizzes, the discussion forums, the midterm exam, the end term exams. Ensure that you complete them within the assigned deadlines. And the last one is that you have to pass your exams. You have to pass your exams. So the final course assessment, you must pass it so that you are not removed from the scholarship program. And with that, I take it back to you, Anne. Thank you, everyone, for listening to me.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you so much, Paris. So, and if someone wasn't paying attention, I was first trying to find the guidance and like, wait, where do I find that document? Once again, it's the student area under important documents. It's the first section you come to as you scroll through the student area. So here you will go through the certificate, student guidelines, the degree program, student guidelines here. And the student guidelines also highlight the webinar attendance requirement. It might take me a bit more to scroll all the way up, but also that's also highlighted in the student guidelines. There are mitigating circumstances, but only very, very extreme situations where you are hospitalized as far as it goes. But that also requires just be present. I think I usually tell students or mention during these sessions, have a sense of presence during your learning. So maybe you have a flight coming up and realize that will be collide with my exams. Be attentive enough to communicate that prior and so on. Just be present, be aware of what's coming up, be aware of the dates, and also communicate as soon as possible. If you are facing a technical issue, we are in week one, you have not been able to do week one quiz because you feel stuck, you are not sure where to go, communicate right away. I've seen students wait till we are in week 7 to come back to say, I've not been able to do my quizzes from week 1 to week 6. That shows a lack of attentiveness and a lack of presence in your learning. But if you are in week 1, you cannot do your week 1 quiz, you communicate with us as soon as possible. We assist you right away, and you're good to go. You get to continue with the rest of your learning with a presence and go along with your fellow students and so on. So I think I was going to highlight the managing expectations for workload. I think we have mentioned that in a way or another, but so maybe I'll go back to the course here to know. I scrolled very quickly through here these 2 sections of assessments and forum, but in a week, you are expected to attend the webinar, which I've mentioned several times. I don't go over that once again. The live interaction session, you are required to be present in that session. You are required to participate. That's a requirement. Being present doesn't mean sitting behind your phone or laptop in the Zoom, not engaging, not utilizing the chat, or not answering questions when the instructor prompts you to do so. Kindly be present, engage, and not even because of our guidelines, but because of your learning process. If you're present, if you're answering questions, you come out of that session already having understood what's being taught as opposed to not engaging with the content. So you attend the live session, and at the same during the week, you are expected to complete the discussion questions. Here, and during the live sessions, you'll be placed in breakout rooms with your fellow students. Let me highlight that very quickly. You'll be placed in breakout rooms, and during the breakout rooms, there are smaller rooms where in this main room, you are 84 students. Breakout rooms would mean you'll be in smaller sessions, about 5 or 4 to 6 students, and you will be provided with a question by the instructor. You could answer one of these questions highlighted here, or the instructor might give you a specific maybe case study. And after that session, you'll be required to report back to the main room and report to the whole class what you have been discussing. So that's a requirement. And then you will do now an unverbal posting in the forum here, where you'll come in and answer at least a minimum of 1 question. If you wish to answer 2, 3, as many, but a minimum of 1 question listed here, and reply to at least 2 of your fellow students. So that's one of the requirements or one of the items you should prepare to complete on a weekly basis. And then after that, you have a weekly quiz. The weekly quiz is a multiple choice question. It's MCQ based. So you'll go 1 question after the other, multiple choice, or true or false questions. You'll complete a weekly quiz within a week. You'll have a minimum of 1 week to complete these items. The instructor could provide you with maybe 8 days, 10 days, but you have a minimum of 7 days, which is sufficient time for you to just plan. And I observe that because it's weekly sessions, weekly requirements, you just set a rhythm and a structure around it, where every Wednesday I have to complete my weekly session, my weekly quiz, and my weekly forum. That will set you up to be able to complete the course without many barriers. And then after every session, a recording of the session will be provided under this button that will appear in every week. So week 1 webinar recording will appear here, and then week 2, the same repeats: overview, resources here provided, a forum, and a weekly quiz. So you just continue like that. We have 13 weeks of learning. 2 weeks will be exam week. So you'll have your midterm exam somewhere between week 5 to week 7. That will differ depending on your course, but your instructor will provide you with information on when your midterm exam is scheduled early enough for you to be prepared. And after that, you'll have the final exam in week 13 as we complete the coursework. So that's the expectation. If you are in the certificate program, you have enrolled maybe in 1 or 2 courses. So that's all the workload you manage for yourself. For the MBA students, you are enrolled in 4 courses in term 2, which are scheduled here. The MSDA program, 2 courses, and the BBA, 2 courses. So kindly plan yourself accordingly to make sure that the expectations of your work are met on time. So I think that's it, of the integrity of work, plagiarism, and examinations. Dr. Muli, go ahead, please. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Anne.
Yeah.
Let me just add something here that I think is relevant. When the students are surveyed by us, what is it that they say? And I think this is important because you can hear it from us, but what is it that your fellow students have been telling us over and over and over again? I think that's also relevant for you to know. What they do tell us, and this is why we listen very, very actively, is that the best part of the learning has to do, A, with the instructors, and B, with collaborative learning, the engagement. Let me tell you a little bit about these two. In the first instance, our instructors are not from one country. You will have instructors from Royal Holloway, King's College in the UK, Washington University in the USA. In California, you'll have instructors, and I'm talking about tier 1 instructors. You'll have instructors from Germany. You'll have instructors from Luxembourg. You'll have instructors from Kenya. You'll have instructors from Nigeria. So you will have a range of instructors. This is really important if you think about it for a minute. And just as important is also the fact that we have such a diverse group here. If you looked at everybody who was just saying, I'm from here, I'm from there, I'm from here, getting together in a room, in a breakout room, and being able to engage with each other is going to be able to bring about ideas. It's going to be able to prompt you in different ways of learning that is very rare. And this is where you have to take advantage. And so our surveys point to that always. They do say, and I really, really encourage you to take a look at the Trustpilot. There are over 250 statements being made by students regarding the teaching, regarding the experience. And that's really what you need to, I believe, have foresight going into the courses. Because if you don't take advantage of what I've just said, of these instructors or of your groups, then you're missing a very important feature in education that we think we can bring to you that is quite unique. And also the other part is that there's no such thing as the back row. Everybody's in the front row. Just because you're in the room, right, in a classroom, everybody knows this. When you were in secondary school or even undergraduate, when you're in a classroom, you're looking out the window. Just because you're physically there does not mean you're mentally there. So you need to make sure, and our instructors will make sure, that you are mentally engaged. So there'll be polls, there'll be the prompts, there'll be, again, this collaborative engagement. And I think that's going to be the big takeaway, because at the end of the day, you know, progress is, change is inevitable, but progress is optional, right? Your choice. So there you go. Thank you, Anne.
Thank you so much, Dr. Muli. I think the other item I think we have to highlight the plagiarism guidelines. I was actually going to request Dr. Muli to touch on this a bit, even as I share some of our resources here. But something we would like to highlight and really insist is academic honesty. Even as you do your forums, as you submit your exams, as you're present, it's part of your learning process, but it's also a very critical part of our student guidelines as are highlighted here, which is general plagiarism is defined as submitting someone else's work as your own work with the intent to deceive. And what you're required to do academically is to provide references, to provide a record of this is the work I'm submitting. It is my own work, and if any sources have been utilized, you are required to indicate those sources. We have put together very helpful resources here to guide you. For example, we have a whole referencing indicating you how do you reference your work, how do you reference the sources that you have utilized. So please, Dr. Wuli, please jump in and add on this. I know you'll have some valuable insights.
Yeah. Well, what I did want to, oh shit. Sorry, can you hear me now? I had a call coming in. What I do want to highlight here is that we've had instances where ministers have lost their jobs 5 years, 10 years afterwards. We've had instances, and you can read this in the news, where PhDs have been retracted 5, 10 years after they've been granted. Plagiarism is not a one-time incident. It follows you, especially now in the world of technology. So think about that for a minute. Now you'll learn everything about what plagiarism is, and you'll et cetera, but I want to give you a different insight on this. If you decide you're not going to highlight where you got the information from, that record is permanent and it can follow you. And we have in the student area, we have already given you a direct link to news of the German Ministry of Justice, who lost her job because of plagiarism when she was in university, way back when, and others, not only just one. So my point about plagiarism is not about just understanding what is plagiarism. That's Anne's role, but just to give you a little insight, right? Be aware, be very careful. It is too easy now to plagiarize, but it's just as easy to be tracked. And later on, you might decide you want to have a particular job or particular qualification, and somebody who is vindictive may decide they're going to check, or not necessarily vindictive. Maybe they're just doing their job and want to do a background check. Plagiarism is a very dangerous element, very attractive. It's very easy to go and just cut and paste, but be aware of the dire consequences. And that's why we spent a little bit of time here highlighting that. Thank you, Anne.
Thank you so much. And that is the end of my academic side of this, or what the few things I wanted to highlight. Of course, the conversation could go on and on for maybe 1 more hour, but really just try to summarize some of the key items to get you started. And what we'll do during the next 13 weeks is share any resources you need at any particular time. So if your exams are coming up, we'll make sure you have all the information regarding your exams. So this is not everything you'll need to learn from us. And at the same time, we'll continue being available to you to support. If you need to reach out to any of our support desks, you'll go here to contact us. I think I can highlight that as I conclude. You know, there's a few items that Kupra will mention, and then as we conclude today's session.
Thank you, Anne. So finally, let me just talk a little bit about the Ambassador program before we end today's session. So our Ambassador program is designed to empower you, all of our students, alumni, and even partners to represent EBU Luxembourg within their communities and professional networks. All of you here can become an ambassador if you wish to, and you do earn a salary based on the students that you would be enrolling into EBU. Oscar, our ambassador coordinator, will be in touch with you closer to the time when you are ending your certificate program, more about everything you need to know about the ambassador program. But just as a welcoming gift and an ongoing incentive, we like to offer all of you here today the following. For every 2 students that you successfully enroll into any of our certificate program, you will earn 1 free certificate course of your choice from the available courses next term. And all you have to do is email admin@ebuluxlu with the details of those 2 students, and our team will take care of the rest. This is it from my end, and I wish everyone here the best. And back to you. Thank you.
Lovely. Very the final words. I'll just show you here how to contact our different desks. This is linked in several places, so you can contact us here. It will lead you to a contact form that really details which is the respective desk for you to reach out to. So depending on your issue is accounting and payment related, only contact the accounting and finance office and so on. So these are the differentiators. So you'll put your name, select the relevant office, which is the important part here, and put your message. This will be submitted to us. And within 24 hours, you receive a response acknowledging your issue with something we need to look into further, or with the solution of the problem you have presented. So I know right now, maybe most of your questions are very technical. So our tech help desk here, when you select here the drop down, you can reach out to our tech help desk and we'll resolve your issue to make sure you are ready to get started on Monday and throughout the week. And these will continuously be available. So if you feel comfortable in week 1, but in week 3 you have a question, please feel free to utilize that. I think that's it. I had opened our Trust Pilot here. It's just European Business Institute. Go through it, go through the reviews, see what other students are saying, give us your feedback yourself. Maybe feedback on the orientation week. It has been 7 days already up to this point. Feel free to go in here to see what the 289 students are saying, and even you yourself provide your own feedback. I think that's it on my side. Any other final words from the team? Maybe Dr. Muli.
I just want to say, well, for everyone, if
Yes.
you can turn on your camera for 1 second and say hello, because I would love to take a screenshot for all of you and also to be able to see all of you. If you can do that and smile, that would be fantastic. Lovely. Here we go.
Emmanuel, smile. Emmanuel, you're not smiling. Oh, that's better. Okay, hold on. I'm the smile inspector. Marianne, you're smiling too much. Okay. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Rachel, good smile. Yes. Hassan, you focus. Just 1 second. Jack, you're not smiling. You really are not smiling. We can there. You smile. You have to see the teeth. Juan, smile. Kavithra, smile, please. Okay. All right. Now, here we go. There we go, Kubra. I'm smiling.
Perfect. I took the screenshots. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Hassan. Hassan has brought all the children there. Thank you so much, Hassan. Oh, well done. I hope everybody saw that. That was very nice.
Beautiful.
Looking forward, everybody. All the best.
Bye.
Goodbye.